it's Izzibel. Welcome to my channel. Today I am working on day 29 of 30 Days of Sketches with Chrissy's Beautiful Life. And the sketch that I'm working on was created by Scrappy Adam. Now, I sat and thought about this one for a hot minute, and I think I am gonna do, I'm gonna do the design exactly, well, not exactly, but pretty much exactly like the sketch. Just because it's very simple, and I think that these three pictures that I have here of my daughter would look good on this layout. The only thing is I couldn't get them down to I did print them out as a 3.5 by 5 and then cut them down to like a 3 3.25 and 4. And then I'm going to border them so it takes up more space than on the sketch itself. And then the prompt that Adam has created for the challenge is to use 3 or more shapes. So I was focusing on the shapes and trying to do this. What I end up using are the hearts, circles, and stars. And I kind of just... at first, not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, as far as paper, I know what the design is going to look like. I know what photos I'm using. But I couldn't decide if I wanted to use pattern paper for the background. And then I found this school days chalkboard look. And I thought that if I cut it in half and just kind of put it half and half on the white paper, I could make it work. And then I brought in these basil cardstocks that I got from Joann's. They have like little circles. It's a textured cardstock. I was going to take all 4 and border each of them, but I didn't think that I was going to have enough room. So what I went with were the primary colors. I just used the yellow, the red, and the blue. And then I'm basically going to cut this paper in half and then adhere it to the white cardstock. And then these papers I brought in just in case. I kind of really want to use this pattern paper that has like school supplies on it. But then I thought about the ABC, or not the ABC, but the letter paper that's behind it. I thought about cutting them out, like fussy cutting the letters, and then doing them down the line in the center to divide the page instead of using the stars like in the sketch. But I just mentally couldn't make it work, so I went with exactly the way that the sketch looks. So let me get this all adhered and going. I did do a lot of it off camera, so it's kind of just going to come together because it's very simple. I didn't think you guys need to watch me cut every single paper. But that letter paper is what I was thinking, and I wasn't sure. I was thinking with my hands on how I wanted to do it. But let me get this down, and then I will come in with the embellishments. So this is what I have. What I ended up doing was first doing a thin layer of white for the border behind the photo. And then I came in with the basil paper in the 3 primary colors. I first did yellow, then red, and then blue. And what it did was it made the photos closer to a 4x6. So it didn't leave me a lot of space to really work with. So I had to literally, you guys, keep this very simple just because I made these a little bit too big and I didn't want to go back and have to reprint them. And then I have a feeling I would have ended up with these ones anyway. It would have just wasted ink. But I did find some back to school stickers that I have. I believe they're from Recollections. And although there is an apple next to the school days already, I just thought that this would be brighter and bigger. And so I added the sticker apple on top of it and then have the leaves just kind of layer over the photo very slightly. So once I get that down, I'm going to come back in with my star stickers to do down the center just like Adam has in the sketch. And at first I brought in some other sizes that I had, But I realized really quickly that in the larger star stickers that I have, I do not have the colors yellow or red. I only had the blue, and I only had it in like a dark blue. So since the smaller stars have the 3 colors that I was using, I ended up just doing small stars throughout and kind of just placed them so that the colors were evenly dispersed among the whole line. Once I get all the stars down, I come back to that pattern paper that I wanted to use, and I cut a square. I believe I did it like a 4.5 by 4, but it's not white like on the other half of the layout. It's more of an off-white. So I go into my yellow scraps to try to find a really light yellow. And I did. The one that I ended up deciding with, it reminded me a lot of a Post-it note. So I get that cut off into a little square, and make it look like a Post-it note. And then I started thinking that when I put Post-it notes on my pages, not my layouts, but like literally using a Post-it note to remind me something, I don't always put it straight and flat. I kind of just stick it randomly on it, and it's lopsided, shifted a little bit here, shifted a little bit there. So I thought that it would look cute to make a bunch of papers sitting on top of each other to where it looked like it's just like school supplies and a Post-it note. So that's what I do. I ended up diving into my scraps of blue and scraps of red, and I pull in 2 colors that are really close to the borders that I use, and get a couple of those cut out to make the layer look that I'm going for. Now, before I actually dive into my scraps, I did pull some stickers in. I have these Paper Studio back to school stickers. I use the double pencil on the Post-it note area that I made, and then I put crayons on the other photo on the other side, just the colors that I was using. And I'm debating on whether or not at this point if I'm going to come in with some splatters, which I end up deciding to do with a toothbrush a little bit later. But I wanted to get my shapes on before I ended up forgetting about putting more shapes. And Adam has like a different shape per picture, excluding the bottom left hand. I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to incorporate the shapes. I thought that I would put them all down the center, but what I ended up doing was pulling in some hearts and circles. I kind of just make a little design on the Post-it note, just like if there were doodles there. And I'm going to do some journaling. These photos were taken during the fall of 2012. Now, obviously, the title is School Days, but these are not like curriculum school pictures. My daughter was in a Head Start daycare, and they did picture day just like they do with any other school. And I absolutely love these pictures. She is my little chunks, and her curls were my favorite at this stage. A couple months after she was born, all her hair fell out, and when it came back in, it came back real super curly. And I was having fun with, trying to do little designs. As it was getting longer and longer, I was getting more excited that I could put her hair in like ponytails. So that's what she ended up going to school in, some pigtails. She is the only child. She is the only grandchild, or at least at this point in time she was. And I thought, because she was around us adults for so long, like I took some time off of work, her dad took some time off of work, so she was with us a lot. And I thought taking her into this school, she was going to give me a hard time and cry for me. No, you guys, I was so sad when I took her to school because my munchkin couldn't wait. She couldn't wait. I think what it was, because it was set up like a daycare, you know how they have like they have books in one corner, they have like a ball playpen in another corner, and then they have the snack area. And so like to her, I think it was like an amusement park when she went in. But she waved me by, like, get out of here, leave me alone. And I think I was more heartbroken. I think I literally cried. I did. I went to my car and I, like, teared up because my baby couldn't wait to get rid of me when all I wanted her to do was cry so that I could say, you know, like, she just wouldn't want to leave my side. But no, she, even till this day, she is a very, very independent social butterfly. Anyways, back to the layout. So I'm going to start tearing up remembering these days because they went too fast and now they're just memories. Don't do what I did, you guys. I started doing the splattering and forgot to cover my photos. And I print my photos from home. I'm pretty sure that water will ruin a regular photo as well, but mine were starting to bleed really fast. Luckily, I had tissue next to me and I just dabbed it up. The inks that I decided on were from Close to My Heart. I pulled the Sundance Yellow, the Carolina Blue, and the Candy Apple Red. Now, the blue doesn't show up very well after I get the red down. It did turn the yellow a little bit green, but it only looks like I have like red and yellow on when I'm done. And I didn't want to put any more blue because I was afraid that it would turn it green. So I just decided to go with what I had. And I don't know why. I knew that the colors were not going to show on the chalkboard like paper, but I did it anyway. And I didn't cover the left hand bottom, and some of the red splatter kind of got on my daughter, but I mean, if it really, it was very little and it's hard to tell, so I didn't feel like I need to reprint them, but if I ever do, I have them copied on a hard drive. So I mean, we'll leave it as is for now because I don't think that it's that noticeable. This is going to pretty much be the layout. The only other thing that I have to do is get the journaling done, which is just going to be a basic summary of what I gave you guys when I got carried away with my story. But that is the layout. I think I rambled on a little bit too much and made the video a little longer than I thought it was going to be. But thank you guys so much for joining me today, and thank you for sticking around until the end if you did. As always, I know I haven't said it in a couple of videos, but in my description box was everybody who played along and had video for 30 Days of Sketches Series 9. Give them some love if you haven't seen what they've created. I look forward to getting one more layout, getting done with this, and seeing what else I can do and what's ahead. I have a few ideas I kind of want to get, but I have like 4 boxes of printed pictures just from the past that I kind of want to get scrapped. I want to weed them through. I've kind of only been focused on the photos that are on my computer and on my phone, so it'll be fun to start getting rid of some of these boxes of pictures. But anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you really soon with the last 30 Days of Sketches video.